You know, if my family was kidnapped for 600K, I don't think I'd be able to. Well, I would not think I would. I would not be able to pay that much. So unfortunately, they'd probably die. Welcome back to another video. It's Archive here. Today we're going to be covering the story of your fellow Arab getting kidnapped and held hostage after trying to interview Haiti's most dangerous gang leader. Now, your fellow Arab, I'm sure you've seen some of his content. He's kind of in that sphere of YouTubers who go to these different countries and kind of like try to get in with the culture and with the people, get some really cool journalistic videos, stuff like that. I know one of the more popular ones that I've seen is that kind of German dude, just white dude. He goes to like South America and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. It's a pretty common thing for people to go and try to document these, you know, dangerous places. But this time, most like every other time, people have told YouTubers, streamers to not go to these dangerous places. Something bad happened. Currently, Arab is being held hostage for $600,000 ransom in Haiti because he wanted to go interview one of their most dangerous gangs, the 400 Mauzo gang, and he wanted to interview their leader, pretty much. His name is Barbecue. Yeah, and one of the things about this gang is they are cannibalistic, apparently. So that sounds like a real smart idea. But yeah, currently Arab is being held captive somewhere in Haiti. For $600,000. I believe $40,000 has already been paid, somewhere around there. Now, this isn't some normal gang. They've pretty much pushed the government completely out of Haiti. They currently control pretty much all of Haiti. So it's not just some small little street gang, you know. So it's pretty interesting that he wanted to go interview these people. And I mean, I get it. It'd be a pretty cool video. You know, a lot of people would watch it and be an interesting insight into this situation. But this gang actually claimed responsibility for the attack on one of the major prisons in Haiti that freed about 5,000 inmates. They also attacked, I believe they tried to attack a bank and an airport, and the government kind of had to start a state of emergency because of how crazy the attacks were. This isn't the first time this happened. I don't know if you guys know Lord Miles on Twitter and 4chan, or Miles Routledge. Routledge? I don't know. Wanted to go pretty much to the most dangerous place in the world at that time, back in 2021. And so he went to Afghanistan when the Taliban took over, after the US pulled out and that kind of whole crazy situation went on. And so when he went there, he kind of posted his situation, his living situations, everything, just to kind of update everyone on the situation that he was in. And when he posted on 4chan, some of the posts included, "My room is nice. It's hidden off the street with barricaded with several steel doors and checkpoints with guards. I've got a 32-inch fat TV. I've got AC, which works surprisingly well. Double bed, and the mattress is rock hard, but apparently that's the custom here. I kind of like it. I've got a private bathroom, and I get breakfast in the morning, and if I want, at no charge. They also offer takeaways. Checked Uber Eats for shits and giggles and nothing. So I got some last night. Very good and cheap." Just kind of giving an update to everyone on how his living situations would be. Just like normal, everyone was like, "Hey, dude, you probably shouldn't go to Afghanistan right now because, you know, some bad shit might happen." And his plan was, if the Taliban kidnap me, the plan is simple. I'm legally, technically a lord, bought a fake certificate, wore a suit in a bank, and talked the talk, so it says lord on all my bank cards. The Taliban may see that as a reason enough to keep me alive, thinking it might hold some negotiating power as they think I'm important. Let's hope it won't get to that stage, though. So that was pretty much his plan, just hoping that the Taliban would see lord on all of his bank statements and everything, and, you know, maybe not want to kill him, but, you know, whatever. After he left back in 2021, he actually went back, and that's when they kidnapped him. Everyone thought he was dead. He wasn't posting, and I believe the Taliban posted some stuff on his Twitter, stuff like that, to make it seem like he was all, you know, goofs and giggles. But he was then released again, and I believe he wrote a book about it. If he did, you know, I'll put that here. Now, Miles, being kind of familiar with situations like this, kind of having some experience in being kidnapped in a crazy country, decided to try and get in contact with Arab, and apparently through the kidnappers' phones, Arab was allowed to talk to his friends and family, and so one of these people being Miles. Now, according to Miles, after talking with him and everything, he found out that he went to Haiti with a guy named Sean Rubens John Sacra. Sean Rubens is kind of a guy, I guess Arab met him in the Dominican Republic when he did his video down there. He's a guy that goes in with YouTubers to these dangerous places and kind of just guides them, you know, tries to pretty much vouch for them, make sure they don't get killed. And he's also pretty much just the cameraman for these situations. Apparently, unfortunately, he was also kidnapped during this whole situation. So, you know, I hope the best for him. But he helps other YouTubers, especially this guy Chris Must List, another guy that you've seen probably in this kind of content area where they go to these countries, try to find some crazy content. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the situation right now. I mean, I am hoping for Arab's safe return, but personally, the way Arab kind of outputs his content to me is just kind of more for clout than anything else. I know a lot of people say that it's super important that people do stuff like this, and I do agree. It is really important for people to get kind of a more actual understanding of what's going on, but I just really don't think that the way Arab does it is in the right way. At least it seems more that he's just doing it to get attention and all this stuff. And again, I understand it's for clicks and views, but I just think it could be done a little better. And I don't think that Arab is that greatest of a person to do it. On his YouTube, his most popular videos are I spent a day with Rio Brazil's most dangerous gang, and day 1 of living with the Mexican cartel, day 4 of living with the Mexican cartel, I met the most wanted kingpin in the Middle East, day 3 living with the Mexican cartel. And it's all these Mr. Beast style ass thumbnails, just really, and I get it, you know, I do those kind of thumbnails too, but this is supposed to be, I guess, journalism. So actually, while I was recording this, it comes out that Arab was released, which is really great to hear. Really happy for him. He put out a statement on Twitter. I'm hoping the same for Sean Rubens as well. I really don't want the cameraman in this situation, unfortunately suffer some harsh consequences. But Arab on Twitter said that I was kidnapped purely for the color of my skin. I was kidnapped for being a blanc, which kind of makes sense. I mean, a lighter skinned person coming into Haiti with a whole bunch of cameras, all this equipment and everything, they might think he has a lot of money. If my family was kidnapped for $600K, I don't think I'd be able to, well, I don't think I would. I would not be able to pay that much. So unfortunately, they'd probably die. But that's probably why they lowered the ransom so much throughout the whole ordeal. Probably seeing that he didn't have actually that much money. But after that, he says, can't give any more detail until I'm home. But all I will say for now is glory be to God. Released between Good Friday and Easter, Christ is King. Which I guess I didn't know. I didn't know he was a Christian. Religious people find solace in dark situations, by praying, stuff like that. And hopefully he was able to do that while he was kidnapped. Because, I'm sure that must have been an insane situation. I don't spread any hate towards people expressing their religious beliefs. I think that's honestly really terrible if you do that. Making fun of him for saying stuff like that is just not the greatest thing. I don't really understand that, but in a situation like that, I don't really know what I do. Might pray to something, but if you're religious, that's probably what you do. I mean, that's what he did. After this whole situation, this whole ordeal of him being kidnapped and everything, he decides to poke fun at gay people for some reason. After that, he says, when you're kidnapped in the middle of a Haitian desert, 60 minutes away from civilization, in a concrete shack surrounded by barbed wire, you don't pray to a rainbow flag, you pray to God. You don't pray to a rainbow flag, you pray to God. I don't know why. I don't know what a rainbow flag has to do with any of this situation, but I think it's kind of just stupid that he would decide to do that. I mean, especially in his release post, which a lot of people would be looking at, he's choosing to spread hate. I think that's kind of odd too, especially talking about Christ. Christ taught, at the time when I was religious, all of my teachings were that Christ taught to be nice to everybody and to even love your enemies, love thy neighbor, everything. And that's the thing that currently he's not doing here. Really, really interesting. Now, you might say, he's not spreading hate, he's just speaking facts. But, obviously he has a point to make here that the rainbow flag means nothing, which is kind of just really insensitive. I hate on everything. I hate when people hate on religious people, and I hate when people hate on non-religious people or trans people, gay people, anything like that. And it's really odd that in his release post with 4.1 million views, he would decide to give that statement. So yeah, I guess that's the ending of this story. Hopefully he stops doing this kind of content, or at least changes up the content a little bit, maybe to some more actual helpful journalism. Unless it's spreading hate like this again, then hopefully he just stops making content. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.